Hello and welcome to the weather update. It is about 9:30, October 3rd, 2021, and kind of a junky day today. I mean, we had the sunshine. We had a lot of cirrus around too, and some of these alto-cumulus clouds to look at later on in the day. And the sky actually looked a little more interesting later on in the afternoon. We had like a cloudy, overcast. Then we had some breaks later on. And you can see we had some of this alto-cumulus around here, which is kind of pretty, I guess you could say. Looking at it, taking some pictures of it. And still had it around at sunset, so it still looked pretty nice, actually. There you go. So, yeah. Anyway, looking at the satellite image, you could see some breaks in the clouds. But we had a good deal of clouds around today. You can see here some pretty thick cirrus that kind of thinned itself out a little later on in the day there. And then we had some breaks. If you're in Jersey, you had a little more sunshine. But we had more sunshine to the south, more clouds to the north, even some showers to the north. And if you look over here on this satellite, you'll see there is Hurricane Sam. A huge storm still. A very well-formed storm there. And this is, I guess, what's left of Victor. We're going to be talking about the tropics in just a little bit here. Let's first get to the current conditions for the day, and we will go ahead and look at our current conditions. Definitely the humidity has definitely come up. Dew points are in the mid 60s. You're definitely feeling that humidity. Temperatures are in the upper 60s to low 70s, and holding on to the low 70s in the city. Upper 60s, pretty similar in New Jersey. Let's go take a look at what our high temperatures were for the day. And I'm sure it was a pretty warm one today. Yeah, 81 at Carl Place, 79 at Farmingdale, 76 at Iceland, 75 at Charlotte. Even though we had those clouds filtering the sun from time to time, still enough to get us up there. 74 at West Hampton. Looking at LaGuardia, 81. JFK, 77. Manhattan, Central Park, 76. Let's see if Jersey was any warmer. Oh yeah, warmer in Jersey. They got they got above 80, 82 in Toms River, so even warmer there. Well above normal, over 10 plus degrees above normal. Along with a little humidity, especially later on in the day. Definitely still feeling like summer, even though we're in October, which is really utterly ridiculous. And the air quality was not great today either. I'm going to go to the earthnoldeschool.net, and we're going to look at some air quality information because I'm kind of curious to see. We're going to go to the air. We're going to look at the chemical makeup of the air and take a look and see if we had a lot of carbon monoxide around in the air today. Yep, there you go. So a lot of carbon monoxide in the air. No wonder why I had a terrible headache today. I had to take a headache pill. Feeling a little under the weather. The air quality is bad. Definitely not good air quality over our area, that's for sure. So now, let's get to the radar here. You see a lot of this rain that will be starting to get into our area later tonight. Starting dealing with that dreaded four-letter R word once again. Let's look at the latest on Hurricane Sam. Latest public advisory for Hurricane Sam. Sam is expanding over the open North Atlantic, expected to become a large and powerful post-tropical low-pressure system on Monday. So they're saying it's going to become post-tropical tomorrow. It sure as heck doesn't look like it on the satellite right now, though. As of 5 p.m., its location is 38.6 north, 52.8 west, about 560 miles south of Cape Race, Newfoundland. Maximum sustained winds, it's down to 100 miles an hour. That's still pretty substantial. It's moving east-northeast now at 16 miles an hour. Minimum sun pressure 964 millibars to 8.47 inches. The extent of it is now a very large tropical cyclone, so hurricane force winds extend out up to 60 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds now extend out up to 240 miles from the center. So quite a large storm out there. And again, if you look at the warning cone, you will see that this thing could wind up impacting Iceland. That's right, Iceland, believe it or not. could wind up getting this in some form, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. Pretty crazy. You have Victor here, which is still a depression here that's still hanging on. But if we look at that, it's going to stay a depression. That's what they have it saying at. But then we have another area that might need to be watched north of the island of Hispaniola. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one, see if that develops into anything. Now let's take a look at Sam on the satellite, which is, again, very remarkable. So let me get this satellite off, and we will go and we will look at Sam. So here is Hurricane Sam, still looking very much like a hurricane. Very much like a hurricane indeed. Looking at that right there. Very much like a hurricane. Very good form. Very, very circular eye, well-defined. Still a really impressive looking storm. Let's go look at it on the infrared here from Titbits. And again, look at that. Really impressive. Still a very powerful hurricane, considering how far north it is. It is incredible to see. And I think this thing winds up hitting Iceland. Maybe Iceland is going to get a hurricane out of this. They'll call it post-tropical, but as long as it looks like this, that's still a hurricane in my mind. So we'll see what it looks like tomorrow. But right now, Sam is still very much a hurricane. And fortunately, it is out over the open ocean and not bothering anyone, except for any boats or fishes or whatever out there. But again, quite an impressive looking storm. And again, all you got to do is look at the MODIS satellite, and you see how big it is. Look at how far north it is. I mean, it's incredible to see something so powerful that far north. And we'll be looking at it again tomorrow. The other thing that I want to bring attention to also that I didn't yesterday is some wildfire activity. It seems to be occurring in Canada again. I noticed this on the satellite yesterday. I have to move this back to yesterday. You can see a lot of smoke emanating from this area of Saskatchewan. So this looks like a new wildfire that developed, because I noticed that we go back to October 1st, you see it there, but you don't really see too much of it there, all right? Barely anything there, but it seems like it really just flared up, this wildfire that is north of a town called Hudson Bay. It's really flaring up. I can't really find anything on the news about this. Of course, they ignore it. They brush it off. But that's putting out a lot of smoke right there. So, obviously, we may be dealing with some of that smoke eventually. It's you can see a little bit of that haze. So, again, the return of the bad air quality has definitely, unfortunately, arrived for our area. Let's go to the models now, and we will go ahead again. I can't stop looking at Sam. That's incredible right there. But let's go to the models here, and let's look at what's going to be happening, because we're in a crappy pattern. As you know, we're going to be in this crappy pattern for a little while now. So we got this ridge offshore, and the jet stream has decided again to go away. So if we go ahead and we look at the jet stream, you will see not much of one in the lower 48 at all. And you have this cutoff low. So what that means is that we're going to be stuck in a stagnant air pattern, and we have to wait for a trough to come through. But right now, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of really good troughs at all. And this whole, so that means we're going to be dealing with above normal conditions and junky weather with not really much refreshing air. Again, once again, stuck in this horrible, horrible pattern that we have. So let's go look at the surface now. You'll see how this all translates out to the surface. So you see we have the stalled front, high pressure ridge. We have a high that's going to try to build down from the north. That'll try to keep the precipitation away from us for Wednesday and Thursday. But then that rain may try to eventually get back into the picture eventually for sometime maybe by next week. But you can see no really power. It actually backs a high up. It's the craziest thing. It backs a high up and has it going this way. Oh, it's absolutely insane. I mean, there's just no jet stream, so the air is just coming directly from this direction. It's absolutely nuts. It's absolutely nuts. So getting an idea of how this translates to temperature anomalies is that we're going to be dealing with above normal weather. So we'll just move this along. You see all that red and not a whole lot of blue right through all the way to October 19th. We are going to be above normal and quite above normal. There is no cold air in sight. This is going to be a very warm October again. So let's take a closer look at what's going to happen here. And I know I'm not happy about it at all, especially for fall colors. If it doesn't get cold, we're not going to have good fall colors, especially if it's raining a lot. That's not going to be good either. So let's go to the HRRR first, and we have enough of that 0Z run in to take a look and see how this is all going to pan out tomorrow. So we got the rain coming in overnight again. The good news is for much of your day, it looks like the rain is, we got a break, but then we got another area of showers and possibly thunderstorms that will develop in the evening, perhaps around, say, 7, 8 o'clock. That moves on, and then we see more chance of showers. And then as far as Tuesday goes, it's much less in the way of showers, but still, you could see still some rain chances lingering around. And if we look at the total accumulated precip of what we could see, Long Island, it could see another inch of rain again. So we just had one of the wettest Septembers on record. Maybe we can make it one of the wettest Octobers on record here on the tropical East Coast. That is what it is becoming. So let's go look at a few other models here. I'm going to look at the NAM 3, which we don't have the 0Z running, but I can look at the 18Z. And we can see how it's going to model the shower and thunderstorm activity tomorrow. Obviously, NAM a little wetter and more widespread, but you can see the thunder. We got a break, and then we get some more storms perhaps later on. Tuesday will be a lot better as far as less storminess goes. But if we go back to that HRRR, we can show you the dew points and what's going to fuel these thunderstorms. You can see the humidity is returned in force. We can see dew points possibly near 70, but you can see what's going on. We have a backdoor cold front that's trying to make its way through. So right now, Long Island is still stuck in the humidity as of tomorrow afternoon. But this backdoor front is trying to push into the area on Tuesday and at least bring some relief to Long Island as far as the dew points go, and that will help cut off the shower chances. Looking at our high temperatures for tomorrow, in New Jersey, I think you're going to get well into the 80s. Long Island, maybe not 80s, maybe 70s due to the cloud cover. And for Tuesday is going to be a lot cooler. Cloudy, but highs only in the low 60s, so it'll be a lot better on Tuesday. Plenty of clouds around probably for that day. So that gives you an idea of what's going to happen. We'll go to the GFS now. I'll look at our temperatures, and you see generally the trend here. Here is for your Monday and your Tuesday, the cooler air built in, and then we have temperatures still above average right through the week here, above average. But the key here is can we at least get into some of that drier air? So here's tomorrow, obviously dealing with the humidity. That drier air starts to come in on Tuesday, and we could maybe get into a little bit Wednesday. But then the humidity tries to eventually get back in here, though it looks like Saturday we have an easterly wind and dew points in the 50s. So, but then that humidity surges back up again, and so not really any. We'd have to wait until this high literally retrograde builds, which is very unusual, and brings in much better conditions, perhaps by your Friday there. All right, but again, those temperatures are going to be above normal. So even though the dew points are down, as far as getting cool temperatures, let's see, go that far out. We're still going to be, it looks like we're in the 70s, which is above normal for that time. So, yeah, above normal. And the next thing we'll look at the rain chances as we get rid of some. We're going to look at this on the GFS now. So, you see that high pushes those rain chances away. But, again, we may see, it's very unusual setup here that we have. Very unusual to see this in the atmosphere. And then it forms something off the coast. So, a very unusual pattern to see. I don't think I've ever seen a high go from maritime Canada and then move southwestward like that. That is very unusual to see. So obviously we're going to be dealing with above normal temperatures, chance of showers tomorrow. When are we going to see the sun again? That is the question. Well, obviously we're going to have plenty of clouds around for tomorrow. Tuesday as well, probably. We might start to see some breaks Wednesday and maybe Thursday a little bit. Best chances, of course, are over New England, where that high is. But if we can push that high in far enough, maybe we can clear out things on Long Island. But looks like you deal clouds around. You're not really going to have that nice sky that we had. That's why I hope you all got out there and enjoyed that beautiful weather we did have for the past couple of days. Here is what it's going to look like for your tomorrow. So plenty of clouds. You can see, although this is the RGM here, and you can see plenty of cloudiness, maybe a few breaks Tuesday. But Wednesday, Our gem seems to think that maybe we can actually clear it out, maybe, at least with that northeast flow. Our gems maybe being a little more optimistic, but maybe, just maybe, we can have a nice day on Wednesday. Perhaps. Let's go to the Ventus sky next, and I'm going to look at that thunderstorm threat for tomorrow, because I was kind of impressed with what I saw there, what the HRRR is producing. So let's look at that. Here we are, 8 a.m., not a whole lot of Cape. You can see a little bit, mostly offshore. 5 p.m., you can see it's starting to grow over Long Island. And here we are at 8 p.m., and you can see that there is some areas of high Cape around. But right now, it doesn't look all that impressive. We can go to the Storm Prediction Center and take a look at that. And we'll go to the Storm Prediction Center and look there and see what we have. It says no organized severe thunderstorms, but day 2 has no severe either. So it doesn't look like we're going to see any severe weather. But we continue to watch Sam. Again, very impressive storm. Just really impressive to see such a storm. And this will have some kind of impact on the pattern, and perhaps that is what's impacting the pattern right now. But again, really unusual to see such a pronounced hurricane that far north with a nearly clear, perfect eye like that. Very unusual. But that's going to wrap up this weather update. Take care, and thanks for watching.